I think that's really where AIM shines, is just the easeability of use, just getting into the information as quickly as possible and getting something fast for our clients that are very busy people.
In this episode of Advisor Revelations, hear how Black Diamond advisors implement the Advent Insurance Marketplace powered by DPL into their financial planning process, and how this tool helps RIAs research solutions and help clients stay connected to their plans.
Welcome to the Advisor Revelations podcast. I'm Ross McGoodwin, a regional vice president here at DPL Financial Partners. And on today's episode, we will discuss how Black Diamond firms are implementing the SS&C Advent Insurance Marketplace, powered by DPL. For those who are unfamiliar, this is the marketplace suite of DPL's commission-free solutions and discovery tools that are available to DPL members and Black Diamond firms. We will also be discussing how we work with firms to help create holistic retirement plans and how to move clients into better price solutions and strategies for fixed income alternatives and principal protection. Colin Day is here with us today, and he's a financial advisor at Correct Capital. Thanks for joining us, Colin.
Thanks for having me, Ross. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So before we jump in, I'd like to remind our listeners that we have many tools and resources available for advisors on our website, dplfp.com. And you can also connect with our team about anything we discussed today. Just go to the Meet the Team page to connect with a consultant. All right, Colin. So easy question to start us off for today. Who is Correct Capital as a firm? And tell us a little bit about yourself and your role there.
Yeah. Well, Correct Capital Wealth Management, we're an independent RIA located in Clayton, Missouri, which is one of the suburbs of St. Louis, Missouri. We were founded about 4 years ago in 2018 after our founder, Brian Poltman, decided to break away from a wirehouse and start an independent firm. So in total, we serve just under, I think, about 400 households. We serve not only our individual and family clients, but we also serve a couple dozen 401k plans. I myself kind of split my time between 401k participant education sessions as well as working with our individuals and wealth management families. We have 9 associates in the office today, and we are eager to grow and are growing in many different ways. And one of the ways that DPL has been helping us is through some of our insurance book and starting to look at some other ideas that maybe didn't exist from the wirehouse days. And so when I joined the firm back in 2020, I was, enlisted the task of doing a big annuity review. And somehow this man named Ross came into my life. And ever since, it's only been improving, I'd say. So, yeah, that's where we are as a firm. We actually just celebrated 4 years as Correct Capital Wealth Management, actually just this month.
That's awesome. And it's been really fun and rewarding to be part of that journey with you all. So you all have been really, at Correct Capital, you all have been really diligent in reviewing client cases and proactive of trying to maximize a transition away from formerly the wirehouse to, of course, the independent RA side. And part of that process has been reviewing legacy policies, looking for better price solutions, but also searching through the marketplace for new ideas and strategies out there across income and protection. And before you partner with DPL, I know you all were looking for a fiduciary implementation across this space for annuities and insurance. So how were we able to help? How did our process maybe differ from what you all were doing historically?
Yeah. So when I joined the firm in 2020, our process was it wasn't streamlined. It wasn't done in a way where we could confidently say, year after year, we've reviewed our clients' annuities and we understand that this is the best product that is available to them. Again, when I joined the firm, the legacy book of annuities totaled well over 100. And most of them were variable products with some kind of income attachment to them through a rider. And
right.
For majority of our clients, the reason that they went into those variable annuities years ago was because at some point in the future, maybe 5, 10, 15 years down the road, the income would become a sustainable resource for them to supplement a pension or to help with maybe delaying Social Security for a couple more years. So every single year we were going through those annuities one by one and just tracking them, just making sure, hey, do we understand, is the RMD going to be taken out of an annuity that has an IRA component to it? Is there an income rider on an annuity that we currently aren't utilizing? So
Mhm.
when we came across DPL, which Ross, I think maybe if you remember better than I do, I think it was just through an email and thinking, that's kind of interesting. Let's see what these commission-free fee-only annuities are all about. And through the process, we realized, we could maybe hand off a couple of these to you and just see what you come up with and just see,
Mhm.
is there a solution that's out there that we haven't considered? Because normally if we know that ABC insurance company is going to offer this insurance product, this annuity to a client, well, they're probably going to come up with another ABC insurance company option that fits maybe the needs in 2022 or whatever year we were looking at it. But DPL can come in and maybe help us a little bit more holistically, scan the insurance marketplace and be a true consultant for us. So once we went through the trial run with you all, we kind of realized, wow, this is actually meaningful and way more effective than us just individually updating a spreadsheet once a year and then signing off saying we went through all of our clients' information. We can utilize a partner that can help facilitate that and do that much more effectively.
It's great. It's tough keeping up with 25 insurance carriers are up to and what's changing. Even if you all have a lot of annuity and insurance background, things are changing every day. 5 years ago, a lot of these strategies weren't available commission free. So we want to be able to come in, make things a lot easier to keep tabs with what's changing, what's available, and maybe even new solutions that are available that you haven't used before. So we'll dive into that more in just a second. But many of the RIAs we work with have actually never used annuities for guaranteed income or haven't done it as much in the past. And with DPL's recent release of the SS&C insurance marketplace, there are many low-cost options now available to help solve for lifetime income in retirement. And so for those that maybe aren't quite as familiar with income or maybe haven't used annuities for those strategies or haven't seen it on the RIA side, can you share what new solutions have maybe stood out to you all across the income and protection side?
Sure. And I'll admit, when I came to join Correct Capital a few years back, I was one of those types that said, no annuities, please. Let's stay away from this.
Right.
Because of the idea that most of the time these types of products were sold in questionable circumstances by questionable motives for the individuals. Mm-hmm. And so while we understand that commission annuities and insurance still has a place in the current financial advising community and they can be held responsibly, they were something that we had to consider when we were thinking, where do we move forward in the future to make us feel maybe less icky, to use a technical term, but to kind of see what else is out there, what else can help us better serve clients, the existing client base, as well as those prospective clients and individuals that might come to us in the future. And we're always looking for an income solution that might be able to supplement somebody's, again, Social Security, pension, their variable income that they might be able to retrieve out of their investments. So with our particular office, we didn't use quite a lot of fixed annuities. And part of the reason why was because of, legacy products that wasn't in the best interest of the client. And over the past couple of years, as fixed index annuities have grown in popularity as a tool, it has allowed us to explore and better understand, we don't want to always follow the crowd. We don't want to follow every advisor on whatever journey they're on with their clients, and knowing that, we're in a different state of where our clients might like to be compared to theirs. But it is something that we have to say, hey, if there's a growing community that has found value in particular kinds of products, we should at least kick the tires on them. So for us, many of our clients, again, knowing that these annuities were in place for income solutions in the future, but seeing the volatility that we've seen over the past few years, it's raised the heckles on many individuals to kind of say, why are we using this particular annuity, or why haven't we turned on this rider yet? Yeah. So it led us to think, okay, well, what are some options that are available? What are some things that we can consider using that maybe lower the variability, like in an FIA, a fixed index annuity, that will provide us with a little bit more security of knowing where the client will be in the future. We like the idea that there's rising income options or inflation adjustments. There's other opportunities for these things to grow. And it provides us a little bit more stability, especially in a time right now where we're trying to explain maybe why bonds are down to our clients, thinking that, hey, this is the secure part of my portfolio. Why is this down over 10%? Where we might be able to explore another option for them so that they can say, okay, my worst case scenario is zero.
Right.
I'm not risking so much in this case by having my money in an annuity. And that's really where the light switch, for me personally as an advisor, went off to say, okay, now I get it. I've gone through volatile times in my career with our clients, but this is the first time where you say, okay, I can do this. I can find a solution that works well for my client's needs. And again, I don't have to take a bath at the end of the day. I mean, I take a shower daily. Let's be truthful here, but I don't have to wonder and look at myself in the mirror and say, did I serve my client well enough, knowing that, hey, I'm not getting that commission on there. We're working as an advisor and so on an advisory fee basis instead.
Yeah, no, some great points there. Yeah, I think for a lot of advisors, they've historically looked at the variable annuity space with income riders, and that still can absolutely have a place for a lot of strategies. And we, of course, have that available through the Advent Insurance Marketplace.
Right.
But a lot of the analysis that we've done together, a lot of clients maybe are ready to de-risk, and a higher withdrawal rate coupled with complete principal protection has made a lot of sense. So I think in this current market, that certainly is a story that's resonating well. And that's a newer area for a lot of advisors and firms that they really need to take a fresh look at, because it's been repurposed, it's been rebranded now for the RIA side. And I think a lot of advisors will like what they see after they go through the diligence, just as you all did. And that's great. And then it's also the RILA, or the buffer annuity space, for those that still want a little more flexibility. Similar concepts as the FIA, but with a little more upside potential and a little more control from the advisor standpoint on allocation. So that's been another area I know we've looked at extensively as well. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, and if I could just add one other thing, when it comes to more of the variable side or the structured annuity side, our office has reviewed those particular products, and we've talked to a few of our clients about them and how they might be able to implement them to still have that income solution. For whatever reason, again, and this is our office where I'm speaking from right now, but I think that FIA strategy works for the base level client that is not looking for many frills. And from an understandability perspective, if that even is a term, it's a very easy thing to understand that, hey, if I have a fixed annuity and it's guaranteeing me a guaranteed rate of return, and that's all I'm going to get for X number of years, simplest product to explain, just, hey, it's multi-year guaranteed annuity. That's all you're going to get is this rate of return. With the FIA, okay, we're just adding one additional layer of complexity, that there's some variability in the performance, but again, with that 0% floor like you're used to on the MYGA. So then when it comes to the structured and the variable side, okay, now we're getting a little bit more technical. So we personally just haven't found many individuals that are interested in that particular kind of product yet. It still serves a purpose, but what we found through our research of going through our annuity book and kind of finding opportunities where they are to improve our clients, really the reason that the FIA has just made a little bit more sense for many folks is because their objectives have changed. Many of these clients have gotten into these annuities, over a decade ago, and interest rate environments change. The financial economic markets are very different from where they were at the turn of the decade. So we've realized that many folks, they're just looking for that simple solution that meets the objective, and especially if it's a non-qualified annuity that we just want to 1035 into something better. Many times it's just, hey, I'm 10 years older. I was, 60 years old when I put my money in this thing. I'm now 70. I'm on Social Security. I have my income already straightened out. I've been retired for years. I don't need the income solution. And that's where sometimes the variable question comes into play, is saying, well, if we don't need this money, hey, let's find something else for us that can still provide you income if you would like it, but maybe provides a little bit more upside because you have all the basic necessities already taken care of.
Yeah, that's the absolute right way to look at it. And we want to take the same approach. It's about what's the goal from this point forward, not why you bought it 10 or 15 years ago. That's not that's irrelevant. It's good to understand that, but we need to look forward at what the objectives are. And that's, of course, what we can make as a customizable feature when we utilize our technology to run analysis through the website, or we, of course, prepare proposals for you all proactively. And on that note of, technology, as a Black Diamond user, of course, technology, of course, plays a huge role for your firm, and is something that you all are going to be, proactive about, and making sure you have the best resources to, maximize your practice, save time, and so forth. And when it comes to, modeling and integrating annuities into clients' plans, going back to the original structure with you all at Black Diamond, what made you all choose Black Diamond? How's your experience been? And how's it been to incorporate insurance into the client view portal? I'd assume in the past, it maybe has been a little bit of a tough process to get those solutions to feed in.
Yeah, absolutely. So when Brian broke away from the wirehouse to become independent, he had no tech stack. There was no technology that he was going to be familiar enough with to start off and get running. So when he worked with a consultant to make decisions on the tech stack, from a portfolio rebalancing tool, from a client reporting tool, Black Diamond was the recommended solution. There's generally maybe two that people consider when they break away. Black Diamond was the solution that worked for him at that time. So while I wasn't here present at the time that the decision was made, what I can say that I really do enjoy from Black Diamond is a lot of the integration opportunities that they provide. Because coming from another broker-dealer before I joined here, it was a real challenge to get people to understand, no, we do handle your insurance products, your life insurance or your, like in this case, an annuity. We just can't host it on this particular Fidelity or TD Ameritrade or Schwab website. So having another resource, having an aggregator like a Black Diamond in your corner helps. We have majority of our clients with Black Diamond profiles so that they can look at their items there, because even if they do have access to our custodians, where majority of our clients work through NFS or Fidelity, we have this other solution with Black Diamond that helps simplify things. They are comfortable with our company as the RIA, as Correct Capital. They don't necessarily associate their accounts with a custodian. So they come to our website, they click that login button in the upper right corner, and that's how they access all their information. And then Black Diamond does a really good job from a client-facing perspective of breaking down things into very simple component parts: account balance, performance, asset allocation, all the things that they just really want to know on maybe a day-to-day or week-to-week or however often they're looking at basis is right in front of them. And then from our standpoint as the advisor, what's really helped is I literally had this question yesterday for our portfolio manager, Joe, hey, I need to run a fee report for this client. They're curious as to what their fees have been over the past year. So I was working at home, he's in the office, he gives me a couple steps as to how to find the report for the client. And a minute later, I have sent the Excel sheet with the client fee report right on there, explaining exactly what that person is then looking at. So having that kind of simple user face, the ability to just link accounts into a household, have everything aggregated together, makes it super easy for us as the advisor then to service clients. And then having the additional tool like the insurance marketplace only makes it that much easier to then go the next step of saying, oh, well, if I got the client on the line and I got 3 minutes with them, now I can just punch in a few numbers and at least start to spitball some ideas with them as to maybe some other solutions that we haven't considered based on whatever the conversation of the day might be.
Yeah, that's great. And outside of the products and tools available now, what are some other benefits that the Correct Capital team leverages when it comes to Black Diamond in the marketplace? Maybe going a little more in detail on that for some of our listeners might be Black Diamond users, or maybe they're new to Black Diamond. Are there any other features in particular with Black Diamond or the Advent Insurance Marketplace that they should be aware of?
Well, we're always interested in expanding our reach. We work with let's say the mass affluent, the millionaires next door. We serve lots of different kinds of clients in different phases, all the way from just getting out of school, all the way well into retirement. So we have a very wide customer base, and we need to find solutions that fit everybody. And it doesn't matter if you're 20 years old or you're 70 years old, you want to know about your money. You want to feel connected to it in some way. So just as you might go to the bank every week just to get a slip that says what your balance is, we have the ability through Black Diamond and through other technology tools to be able to provide our clients with the experience so that they feel like they're still connected with their own retirement assets or their taxable wealth, whatever it might be. So we work with Black Diamond, and we hope from a firm perspective as we continue to grow not only the body count inside of our firm, but also our client count through our relationships. We think of Black Diamond as a marketing tool. And when I conduct our marketing budget each year, I say, Black Diamond really is marketing. Yeah, I know it provides a very important tool. It's an operational tool for our office, but really this is the way that our clients are associating their money with us. Because they're not calling us every day. Ideally, at least, they're not calling us every day, especially when the market's falling. What we use Black Diamond for is for engagement. We want people to feel connected, and the way that they can do so is on their phone, on their laptop, on their computer. If they can find an easy solution, not only does it ease our burden as the administrators from operation perspective of not having to field so many phone calls and emails and am I in this or am I not in that? Am I getting a withdrawal or not out of this account? I don't see my last fee. All that information is right there at a fingertip. All they have to do is just maybe click a couple times. And even if they call in the first time, we can educate them. We can tell them here's how you find it in the future. And then they're better off for it And so as we grow as a firm, we don't want to have to continuously grow just because we have more clients. We want to utilize things like technology, things that Black Diamond offers already, and just exploit them and make sure that our clients are aware of those opportunities, which makes the advisor-client relationship even better.
Such great intel about Black Diamond. And of course, with Black Diamond, we've created a personalized marketplace for everyone, the admin insurance marketplace that we've already been referencing. And part of what comes with that access is a list of tools and access to rates. Tell us a little bit about some of the tools that you all have checked out that advisors should be aware of.
Yeah. So when it comes to the admin insurance marketplace, the easiest thing to think about is if I need to go and find quick information on what existing product selection might my DPL representative like a Ross look for, here are all the ideas that might be considered. And quickly finding that information is so important because, as you could tell on video, Ross, I'm wearing a headset right now. So if I got my hands free, I'm doing something with these hands to help my clients. So whether it's pulling up old notes, whether it's looking at their Black Diamond profile, having quick access to information and being able to plug in that information as soon as I can is really important. Because if I've got that client's attention and if I know they have 5 minutes between meetings or they have a screaming baby in the background, or they're going to lunch and they just want to give me a quick call so I can research something. Well, if I can just answer their question for them, if I can give them the information that they need as quickly as possible, I think that's really where AIM, Advent Insurance Marketplace, really shines. So I was surprised the very first time, as not a frequent user at that moment of AIM, to find information, just how quick I could get through the plan and just answer a couple basic questions, just to, again, get a semblance of an idea as to what might work for this individual. Are they going to steer me toward the MIGA? Is it going to be an FIA or some kind of variable product? If I change the objectives, how is that going to influence the decision that we might want to consider for them? And then how do I then explain that to the client? Well, all the information, of course, is right there. So all I have to do is give them some ideas, and then I've triggered something, and then that might then lead to another conversation. It might not be, that same day, but hey, once they get back from lunch, we schedule a time. We talk to them then about the new solution, and whether it's by deploying new money into an account like that, or if it's to move some of their other assets around so that it better facilitates what their new objectives are.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And just so our listeners know who maybe haven't checked it out, as Colin's describing, you could plug in any existing variable annuity in existence and be able to create a side-by-side proposal right away. 60 seconds, 2 minutes, you can get a deliverable that compares the strategy for cost, for income, for protection, and actually get a deliverable. So as Colin's describing, that's what's been a game changer for firms, is being able to quickly run that analysis without always having to go through the DPL representative. So having that self-service option, something that we know was super important when we launched this relationship. And then if you're looking for income, as you know, you just plug in your objectives and deferral period and total investment amount and figure out what income might look like and what are the best solutions, and actually quantify that for a client. So I'd assume that's something that's been really nice instead of getting 20 different illustrations each time.
Absolutely. Again, we service quite a few clients, and our clients need to know that they are well taken care of, that they're not just a number. And for us then, ease of use is key. Everything has to come back to client experience. And so we are serving our clients well, and they know that they feel heard, that their interests are being understood, and that we can display and describe and verbally give them the input that they need so that they can make a decision. That's really key, because the information is great if we can't distill it down in a way that the client will understand it. But if I can show them that in that side-by-side, or verbally describe that side-by-side to them and say, hey, here are the things that we're thinking about. Here's how things have changed for you over the past couple of years between now and when you purchase that security. So maybe now we need to re-review it. And here's why we think we need to make an adjustment. And that story is so easily told, getting that feedback from the Advent Insurance Marketplace, that it becomes a very valuable tool for us in really our daily use of Black Diamond.
That's great. And overall, with the available solutions in universe, of course, this is a developing space that's changed a lot over the past few years. In fact, over the past few months, we've seen some great adoption and some expanding universe across the MYGA marketplace, for example, CD alternatives, fixed options. But overall, are there any new solutions that you didn't expect to see that are available commission free, or new categories that you maybe had no idea were even available for RAs?
I would have to say, especially from the MYGA space, I think that was a little bit surprising, because when you see those rates and you see how competitive they are against commissions, knowing that,
Right.
well, we still have to attach an advisory fee to be able to serve this particular client, if that's your prerogative as an advisor. There are other ways that we can facilitate that, but just seeing what's out there and seeing how they get updated, and how these insurance carriers aren't just lagging behind and saying, well, if we get to put our feet up and let DPL or let SS&C do all the hard work for us of selling these annuities, they still want us to know what's out there. And so being able
Right.
to look up the information in regards to how those rates are changing over time, being able to present that information to clients, and knowing that, we're not working on that traditional commission structure. So again, I don't feel weird about this at the end of the day, that there was a commission being paid even on a MYGA, if that's
Right.
still even a thing in 2022, I guess it is. But if we can find something that is suitable for the client, as you said, like a CD alternative, which comes up quite often with our clients, we're going to find some kind of solution that will better serve them and provide them, again, with the flexibility that they need according to what their needs and desires are.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for a lot of firms, they also just want to give their clients good news or some positive ideas. And I think a guaranteed return is something that's certainly going to be really received well right now. So yeah, definitely encourage everyone to check out the MYGA marketplace, and may really like to see what's possible now in this space. So that's fantastic. Is there anything else that you'd like to share that we haven't discussed today about your experience, or anything you think the listeners should know about the relationship with Black Diamond?
Yeah, I think the side-by-side report that you can get when you are looking at your client's existing annuity and comparing that against another DPL Advent Insurance Marketplace tool is very valuable when it comes to telling the story to your client as to why we think we want to make another decision, why we want to change something, especially now when the market is volatile. Any little change is going to be scrutinized a little bit more maybe than usual, because when people are making money, Ross, I don't know if this is you, but this might just be me. When people are making money, we don't get a lot of phone calls. Everybody is generally pretty content, right? So it's hard to, when we are working with a client who maybe we have regular interactions with even, and now we're saying, we have a new solution for you based on your objective that we think better serves you and your interest for the next blank number of years. Whether it's principal protection, maybe it's low cost growth, maybe they are looking for another income stream. Maybe they have income coming in, but we found something else that could produce maybe better income and better results for them over their lifetime. Whatever it is, that side-by-side report really does speak volumes. One of the things that we like to talk about, of course, with our clients, to be completely transparent, are fees. And if our clients are in this annuity, and maybe it wasn't even an annuity that we sold, maybe it was something we brought over from an orphan client from someplace, or maybe they had an advisor, but it was really their insurance guy, and that guy sold them the annuity and they don't even know what it is anymore. Having that side-by-side report, having the ability to have comfort and really compelling reasons as to why we should be talking about something. Again, your objectives changed, your fees are high, you're not getting the income you need, whatever it might be. That side-by-side will at least give you the comfort of knowing either A, the client should stay where they are because they have the good solution already in their back pocket. B, we might be able to find a tool that works pretty well and maybe has some upside. Maybe it's not immediate. Maybe it's something in the future. Maybe because of the benefit base, there's something that we need to consider there, maybe from an income perspective to use as an example. Or, C, we're going to say, we have a solution that's going to blow you away, and you're probably going to think that this is fake, but it's completely legitimate and completely legal, of course, to put you into something else that produces the best results possible. Again, reduced fees, increased income, better long-term value in the account, better death benefits, whatever it might be that client needs. That side-by-side gives you the confidence to go into that meeting and either say, again, client, you're good, keep your money where it is. Or again, on the complete other end of the spectrum, client, hold on to your seat because I got some really great news for you today.
Yeah, hope you're strapped in. Yeah, it's all about trying to give you all the resources to have more effective planning conversations, and hopefully that's been a huge bonus. And we look forward to more to come there with helping clients improve their outcomes and just become educated about what's changed and what's possible now on the advisory annuity space. So really appreciate you sharing all that, and appreciate you being a great partner. Appreciate your firm partnership with us and for joining the podcast today.
Thanks for having me, Ross. It was a great time.
Yeah. So thanks again, Colin, for joining us, and be sure to visit us at dplfp.com to keep the conversation going, and subscribe. Please subscribe to the Advisor Revelations podcast for more episodes. Thanks, Colin.
Thanks for listening. To hear more Advisor Revelations, go to dplfp.com and subscribe on your favorite podcast streaming app.